refrigeration, air conditioning. In this session, I will study the what is the psychometry chart. Psychometry chart. A psychometry chart is the graphical representation of the thermodynamic property of the moisture. Means here I will draw the graphical representation of the thermodynamic property of moisture air in any chart that is known as the psychrometric chart. Even in previous session, I will study the variable in the thermodynamic variable. That variable means the thermodynamic. Our here are thermodynamic property moisture mean the dry bulb temperature, wet bulb temperature, dew point temperature, and the relative humidity, specific humidity, and the saturation temperature, saturated air, and degree of saturation, and absolute humidity, relative humidity. That is the thermodynamic property of moisture air, and these property when you will draw in the form of any chart, that chart is known as the psychometric chart. The psychometric chart is the draw between dry bulb temperature is taken is axis, that is known as the x-axis, and specific humidity at a y-axis, that is known as the ordinate. Mean the here are when see in figure, that is our first figure. In this figure you see that I will draw a chart. In this chart I will take that x-axis. This x-axis is the dry bulb temperature and the y-axis is the specific humidity or humidity ratio. Here also given the kg upon kg of dry air. That means that he will show the specific humidity or humidity ratio in the y-axis and dry bulb temperature in x-axis. Our psychometric chart draw between x and y-axis. In the x-axis acted our dry bulb temperature, at y-axis acted in our specific humidity ratio. Our first term and you see in the that is the whole diagram of the psychometric chart. In this chart you see that is the curve part, that is known as the saturated curve. What I am saying is the saturated curve. In this saturated curve, two temperature are live. One is the dew point temperature and second one the wet bulb temperature, dew point temperature. Both temperature are acted in our curve part, and the enthalpy are acted like as these value are given through the enthalpy. And you see second one, relative humidity, like as the parallel draw a curve, that curve is represented relative humidity, and the make an angle from dry bulb temperature. This line is say that the specific value, that value meter per kg of the dry air. So that is the whole thermodynamic property draw in a single diagram, a single chart. That chart is known as the psychometric chart. When in question simply he asks the what is the psychometric chart, then you will write the psychometric definition and draw this equation, draw this diagram. When he will ask the what is the dry bulb temperature, so you will explain that the dry temperature line are parallel to specific humidity or y-axis. You see that the line, any line who is the parallel with the specific humidity, that is the so the dry bulb temperature line. Mean you see here you will go left to right hand side, that time you see our temperature value are increases 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, because here make a curve and our curve is also increase, so our dry bulb temperature value are also increases. That is the specific humidity. What is the specific humidity? The specific humidity line are parallel to the dry bulb temperature or x-axis. You see This line is our specific humidity line, and this line parallel to the x-axis. In x-axis value are space dry bulb temperature line, mean the dry temperature line, dry temperature, dry temperature, dry bulb temperature, or x axis line parallel any line. That line is known as a specific humidity. And these humidity value are constant of the whole of the length. That value is equal to anywhere here. That is specific humidity value is 0.05. Dew point temperature line. What is the dew point temperature? Horizontal line parallel to x-axis and non-uniform space are called as the dew point temperature. Mean at when any two lines are cut in that curve, suppose this is a curve, in this curve one is the dry bulb temperature and any specific humidity line, that point, that means this horizontal line parallel to the dry bulb temperature, these line are any other parameter like as the any dry bulb temperature or relative humidity, then he will cut at a curve point. That point is show the value of the dew point temperature, means that this horizontal line is show that the dew point temperature line parallel to the x and non-uniform space dew point temperature. That is the what is the non-uniform space is a non-uniform space. This uniform stress the straight line, so any value, that value is known as the dew point temperature. Wade bulb temperature line. The wade bulb temperature line is the inclined straight line and non-uniform space. That is the non-uniform state. In this non-uniform state means that saturated curve, any curve, any make an angle line, inclined line, this line show the value of the wade bulb temperature. Specific humidity, the obligating inclined straight line are the line constant specific line. These values are shown in the base of chart. Mean that he will also inclined line and constant specific line. These value show in the base of the chart. What is the base? In this base chart, the x-axis two value given. One is the dry bulb temperature straight line, and make an angle in the baseline. Another value given the specific volume. Relative humidity, they are curved line parallel to the saturation curve. I will discuss that line in the saturation curve. This saturation curve draw the parallel line. That line is known as the relative humidity. So I am also say that when I am explain the relative humidity, that time I am say that the relative humidity always in the form of percentage. You see 20, 40, 60, 80 and 100%. At a saturation, at a saturated temperature, our relative humidity is the 100%. Enthalpy line. The enthalpy line inclined are also parallel to wade bulb temperature. These value given above the saturated curve. What I saying? Our enthalpy line is the also inclined line, and he is also parallel with the wade bulb temperature line. Because of the both line are inclined and parallel, that line, but this value is not given in the saturated curve. This value in the step form, a line. That line show the enthalpy of the our moisture. Comfort chart. What is the comfort chart? Comfort chart simply the American Society of the chart are given different percentage of people feeling the comfort at a different effective temperature is known as the comfort chart. What is the comfort chart? Mean Suppose suppose a institute, that is the ASHRAE, American Society of Heating, Refrigeration, Air Conditioning Engineer, or make a chart. In this chart he will draw the a portion where are at that temperature and relative humidity and velocity, all people are comfort field. That chart is known as the comfort chart. Suppose our comfort chart are comfortable in summer. Our mainly 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 design any comfort chart according to summer. The all of the human being at the drivable temperature 25 plus minus, at that temperature feel comfort, and relative humidity also 50 plus minus 5 degree, and velocity of the wind air 15 to 20 meter per minute. In winter season the our drivable temperature 22 plus minus 1, and our relative humidity 50%, our velocity is 9 to 12 meter per minute. You see in figure, that figure also will draw the variable temperature and drivable temperature. In this temperature you will see this portion is summer season, and this portion is in bottom side, this portion is the winter season, and he is the portion is the whole year. You are design any air conditioner according to summer, then take a value from here, and you will you will design for refrigeration for in winter. In winter you not refrigerator use of the heater, that heater design use of the this value. And when you design any refrigeration system, that is work both in summer and winter to take this portion, that is the best comfortable. Yeah, that is a that comfort zone year around of the air conditioning, this portion year around, and this line is known as the best comfortable line of the in summer, and this line is the best comfortable line in the winter. And you see in this figure his make and relative humidity, and so the representation of to draw any chart where any people are feel comfort at a effective temperature, that chart is known as the comfort chart. Means the where are the all people feeling as a comfort. But you know, each and every human comfort is not the same, dependent to human, that is different. So he will, so American Society and Heating, Refrigeration, Air Conditioning take a research thousand of people to find out the at the temperature who will feel the comfort, and summarize the data and take a summation, and then he will draw the a chart. That chart is known as the comfort.